It's midsummer, and my little garden is in its most vibrant season. The climbing beans stretch tall, winding themselves gracefully around the trellis like green dancers. My basil bush releases its rich aroma every time I walk by. Scallions grow in neat, tidy rows, and the leafy greens, bok choy, mustard greens, kale, are doing their best to stay fresh under the scorching sun. But here's something most people don't tell you. Summer is not always kind to gardens. The heat dries the soil fast. Plants grow quickly, but they tire just as fast. They need strength. They need recovery. And that's when I remembered a strange little tip I once read on a gardening forum. Try adding a pinch of MSG to your watering can. MSG? The cooking stuff? The thing we've been warned to avoid? Yes, that one. At first, I rolled my eyes. I'd only used MSG once or twice in the kitchen, and even then I felt a little guilty. But curiosity won. I thought, well, I've tried compost, banana tea, rice water, why not this? So I gave it a go. I mixed 1/4 teaspoon of MSG into about a liter of water, stirred until it dissolved. Then I carried the jug outside and gently watered the base of the bean plants, basil, scallions, and leafy greens struggling in the heat. No magic, no fireworks, just water, soil, and a quiet little hope. The next morning, I noticed something different. The basil leaves looked perkier. The beans had grown slightly longer. The scallions, wilted the day before, were now standing straight again. I kept going. Every 2 weeks, just a small dose. Always diluted. Always on moist soil, never dry. And slowly, things began to shift. Quietly, but surely. The truth is, MSG isn't the villain it was once made out to be. It's simply the sodium salt of glutamic acid, an amino acid naturally found in tomatoes, mushrooms, seaweed. In the soil, glutamate becomes food, not just for the plants, but for the beneficial microbes living underground. And those microbes? They're the quiet heroes of any garden. They break down organic matter, improve soil texture, and help plant roots absorb nutrients. A tiny bit of MSG, especially during hot, exhausting summer days, is like a gentle nudge that revives life below the surface. I started experimenting more. After trimming the basil, I gave it a light watering with MSG solution. Just a pinch. It bounced back faster, bushier. When my leafy greens looked stressed after a long, hot afternoon, I gave them a mild dose, and they perked up overnight. Even the beans, normally fussy about soil, began flowering more and dropping fewer buds. Then I took it a step further. One day, I mixed MSG with leftover rice water, the starchy liquid from rinsing rice. Boom! The greens loved it. The soil stayed moist longer. Even the earthworms seemed to wiggle closer to the surface. I told Bob, my retired neighbor who's a stickler for rules and a proud garden owner. He raised an eyebrow, skeptical. MSG, really? I nodded. Just try it once. A week later, Bob texted me a photo, his chives greener than I'd ever seen. He added one sentence. You win. MSG it is. Now let's be clear. MSG isn't a magic fertilizer. It won't fix poor soil or replace compost, but it's a small, gentle boost, like a protein shake for the roots. It works best when the soil is already healthy. You use it sparingly, once every 2 weeks. You pair it with living water, like rice rinse water or diluted milk. Today, my summer garden doesn't just survive, it thrives. The beans are heavy with pods. The basil is lush, always putting out new leaves. The leafy greens stay crisp even after the sunniest days. And the scallions? Fat stems, snow-white roots. As I water with that quiet little mixture, I smile. Because the garden seems to whisper back, thank you. The lesson? Don't be afraid to try. Don't underestimate the little things. And the next time your summer plants seem exhausted in the heat, maybe a pinch of seasoning is exactly what they need.